This week on Afternoon Express, we're opening up to some of Mzansi's favorite girl bosses and celebrating powerful women as Lusanda Mbane shares how she transitioned from acting to popular Umhlobo Wenene radio star. Musical artist and fashionista Zoe Modiga talks about her distinctive creative style. Model and activist for albinism Rifilwe Morisele gives us a sneak peek into her new book. We attend the APSA Letelier Art and Lifestyle Fair and meet some of our continent's most talented artists. Share some tips for new parents to help their little ones enjoy a peaceful sleep. And Karishma has gift ideas to say thank you to our children's teachers. Good evening, Mzansi. Today we are joined by Lusanda Mbane, known for her grace, compassion and versatility. She's built a powerful presence both on screen and behind the mic. Lusanda is the host of one of the biggest radio shows in South Africa, broadcast on Umhlobo Wenene FM, where she connects with millions of listeners every day. Her journey is one of resilience, purpose and passion. Please help me welcome the gorgeous lady.
What an introduction. Well, thank you.
That's you. Nobody's adding anything. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I'm amazing. How are you doing?
I'm feeling amazing as well. Sitting next to greatness too. It's going to be a great day.
Oh, well, I thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere.
I know. Now, let's start right at the beginning. You always talk about growing up in Eastern Cape. Can you paint a picture for me about what your time in Eastern Cape was like?
So, a small town called Butterworth, Equa. Yes, that's where I was born and raised. A single mother who kind of was stuck with a child that had bigger dreams than her pocket could carry, but somehow mothers always do it.
They always make a plan.
She did. She took me to good enough schools and she nurtured my dream. And when I was done with high school, I said I wanted to go to Joburg, and she said, the world is your oyster. Off you go, my child. So it's always just been me, my sister, who's 1 year older than me, and my mother against the world.
Oh, that is so beautiful. There's nothing like having a supportive family. What did Lusanda do before you stepped into the entertainment space? What are some of those jobs you had?
Before I had any job,
yes,
I would look in the mirror, carry my deodorant spray,
naturally,
and start singing or acting and hope that there's a TV scout looking in my house for me.
I love it.
That's going to discover me while I'm looking in the mirror in my house. So that's pretty much what I did. So I've always known that I have to be on stage. I think that's all the clarity I had growing up.
Yes.
But then as life would have it, I came to Joburg, and even selecting a school, by the way, I went to, it's now called UJ, but back then it was called Vets Tech.
Yes.
I didn't know the course or whatever. I picked it purely because it was less than a kilometer from the SABC.
Look at that.
I wanted to be there in the midst of all of that.
Just close to everything.
Just close to the action enough. And so they're like, what course? I'm like, oh, let's see, what's the Ini, Mini, Mani, I'll take that one. So, so it was that. So that's how I ended up studying a national diploma at the time in marketing, which I then upgraded to a BCom in marketing. Then I went and did a postgrad in entrepreneurship. So that was all a backup, I'm going to call it that, something to, so to speak, fall back on if that didn't work out. As fate or the universe would have it, it did work out, and here we are.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I especially love the fact that you used to be with your deodorants in front of the mirror. But at one point, did you say to yourself that this is actually viable, this entertainment space? It's not just a dream, I can follow it.
So I was in corporate, climbing the ladder.
Yes.
I must say I did quite well in corporate too.
I don't doubt it too.
The challenge became that in the corporate space, all I did was make people sing and dance. Like if there was anything that needed to be taught, I'd gather them and teach them a routine.
Let me teach you.
Yes. So everybody was just like, do you actually ever do the work that you paid to do?
Do you, Russia?
Maybe you should just go and be on TV. And so slowly it started to sink in somehow.
Yes.
And while I was in corporate, I then made an effort to get myself an acting agent.
Nice.
And yeah, once again, the rest is history.
Now, the amazing thing about the characters you play is they are complex, they are real. We don't know if we like you, if we don't like you. We have seasons of just wishing you would get killed in that episode. Why do you pick those roles specifically?
Most people in the South African acting space can't say they decide. I started off in a cameo role, a lawyer on Mubango, And then as luck, well, I always say luck is when opportunity meets preparation. But right, as that kind of luck would have it, I then wrote to Friedrich Stark at Generations, who was the producer, may his soul rest in peace. And I said, I want to act, and I think you should see me. In fact, I think if you don't see me, you're missing out.
It's your loss.
Like your loss. And I know you're busy, but when you're having lunch, I can come through. And he read my email and he's like, who's this cheeky nobody? Then he actually called me and took me up on it and said, okay, come, let me see. And so that's where I got my first major role. And this was now on Generations. And that's where the rest of the world picked up that I could play cheeky, sleazy, sexy, cheeky, I don't know, whatever, combine anything that will irritate the audience. That's kind of how I got in there. But after that, I mean, I was on Abomzala on SABC1, which is a comedy. Yes. And I mean, I looked ridiculous on that one. So I guess the versatility does help.
Yes.
But then when I did get my first villain, I guess then I started getting typecast, and they're like, well, she does it very well. And so
let's get her.
2 scripts in a row, I then am a villain.
Do you ever find yourself getting in trouble in malls when people see you? Does that still happen?
No.
Where people feel like you're playing the character?
No, especially, I don't think it happens, but it certainly doesn't happen to me. I pride myself in being a very nice person.
Yes.
So usually by the time you're coming over there, I'm already smiling. I remember the other lady in the mall said, I thought when I met you, I was going to hit you, but hey, nice, what am I going to do now? I said, can I take a picture with you? Like, begrudgingly. I'm like, well, sure, if you insist.
If you need it.
No, I smile a lot. It'll be very difficult to hit me because I don't give the same energy as I give on TV.
Now, you also have such a recognizable voice. What made you decide to get into the radio space, and how is that treating you so far?
A lady who was doing my styling on a shoot that I was doing for Generations, actually, she said, why don't you do radio? I think she planted the seed because she was always stuck in my head. And since then, I started sending a radio demo to Umhlobonene because I was very clear that I wanted to speak isiXhosa on air. I just thought that's where I could have the most impact at the time.
Absolutely.
And I sent my demos from 2012 to 2021. Without any luck, but also when it's your time, it's your time. Because then suddenly in 2021, without me having done anything for at least 4 years in terms of trying, they called me. And at the time, the timing wasn't right because now I'm in Durban shooting and I can't be in Joburg every day doing a drive time show, which is what they were offering at the time. Yes. So I had to decline 2 shows before I could take the weekend show, which is all I could do at the time. And then, of course, you know, when you want something badly enough, the universe conspires to make sure you get it. So I came back to Joburg, I'm shooting here now, and then I was able to do the midday show, which is what I'm doing now.
I love it. And what does the future look like for Lusanda in your own eyes?
Actually, the future is futuring right now.
Aight, girl.
Listen,
yes, please.
So I got my first 26-episode drama series commission, so I became a producer. And within a month after that, I got funding for my next film. So then I had 2 projects that I'm working on as a producer. So my future is an executive producer, is an actress, is primetime radio, which I'm currently doing, is to continue with it, is my clothing business, Zazi Zithande Zitembe, which is currently in operation as well.
I love it.
But I just want to grow the stuff I'm currently doing. So I want everything that I do to always talk to each other, radio, TV, voiceovers, producing, but it's all in the entertainment space behind and in front of. And it's working right now, but I just need to now capitalize on it and make it bigger.
Lovely. And what a beautiful thing for us to view as well. We all want to find ourselves going into different corners, and to see it being done so well by you is a beautiful thing to witness.
Thank you so much.
What an exceptional conversation with Lusanda. Thank you again for sharing your inspiring journey with such honesty and warmth. We'll be back with Lusanda a little later in today's show.
Coming up, how to help your newborn baby sleep more peacefully, and Zoe Modiga talks music and fashion.
Sleep. It is one of the biggest challenges and biggest blessings for any new parent. Today with Cuddle Sim exclusive to Pep, we are back at Midwives Exclusive in Pretoria, chatting to our midwife and mom about finding practical ways to help babies settle peacefully and make bedtime a calm and cuddly moment for everyone. Emily, thank you so much for joining us today. We are talking all things bedtime and new babies. And let's talk about that environment, the lighting, the temperature.
You'll find newborns usually swap their day and their night around. So that makes mom is very anxious because then they don't sleep at night. So what I would encourage moms to do is during the day, expose your baby to naps in the light, not making it very dark, allowing the normal sounds of the day to be around, and then baby gets used to that and learns to sleep in that environment. And then at night, making sure that you start with a calming routine, bath time, dim lights, very soft sounds, turn TV off. And then that should encourage baby to be calmer at night, and then hopefully start creating more peaceful nighttime with more sleep.
And then how do we go about ensuring that baby is comfortable throughout the night?
Make sure that the baby is dressed according to the room temperature. A good sleeping temperature is between 21 and 23 degrees. Usually a baby sleeps in one more layer than you do. A vest and a long sleeve onesie is usually enough to keep them through the night. Babies don't regulate their temperature well in the first month of life. If the baby's hands are cold or its feet are cold, it's important to add another layer. Another good way of feeling temperature is behind the baby's neck. If it's too cold, then you could add another layer. If it's too warm and clammy, consider taking a layer off.
During these first precious months, swaddling gives your newborn a sense of safety and calm, helping to settle little bodies and soothe big emotions.
When we place babies into their cot, it's the safest for babies to be lying on their back, on a firm surface, or on their side. You can cover it with a soft receiving blanket, but not a fluffy blanket, so that if they do wake up in the night, they can easily move and there's nothing obstructing their airway. Okay. A soft cotton blanket is the best to sleep in because then we don't get too sweaty or uncomfortable, and especially now that it's warmer weather. We would like the baby to be in the center. We also want to make sure that there's nothing around her head, no extra toys in the cot, and space for her to move.
Stacey, motherhood is such a beautiful thing, but I know that one thing most people stress about is getting into that bedtime routine. How did you find navigating this space? Were there any challenges?
Well, I had a really beautiful piece of advice from my midwife, and she said, don't have any expectations for your newborn's sleep routine. So we started from, it's almost like they emerge in chaos, and then slowly we started to find order. So we didn't have any sleep routine in the beginning. I just took baby's cues. So when she wanted to feed, we fed. When I could see she was starting to get sleepy, we'd find ways to help her sleep. So either a lullaby, I have the same lullaby that I always sing to her. And then we have a big gym ball that really bounces her to sleep. I mean, it's the equivalent of rocking. It's soothing for everyone. And then towards 2 months, she started just developing her own natural routine that fitted in with our family life, and she sort of started to go to sleep at around 7 p.m.
How have you found a way for her to settle at the end of a long, busy day?
Firstly, a baby massage followed by a bath. That's sort of our cue. We transition into sleep mode from there. I think it's beautiful to start off with a really nice baby oil. It's important that the oil's not heavily scented and that your movements are slow and firm. You just massage the legs and the feet and the tummy. I even sometimes turn her around on her tummy. She does tummy time, and I massage her back, which she loves. That's her favorite thing. And then from there, I actually put a bit of Aqueous cream on. That's what I use to actually wash her. So I wash her in the Aqueous cream before we put her in the bath. And then we take her to the bath. I put a handful of Epsom bath salts in the bath. That actually helps calm and relax the baby and relaxes her nervous system. And then we let her play in the bath and we rinse off the oil and the Aqueous cream. And then I always dress her in these 100% cotton onesies. It's breathable, it's comfortable, and it's soft and cuddly. And then any like big LED lighting goes off at night, and we have just like a table lamp or something a lot subtler, and that sort of tells her it's time to sleep now. And that's probably been why she's been such an easy baby.
It honestly sounds like you have bedtime down to a science. Thank you for joining us, Stacey.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
From lullabies to those late night cuddles, every quiet moment counts. And with Cuddle Sim exclusive to Pep, you've got everything you need to make bedtime safe, soft, and full of love. And here's the exciting part, because you stand a chance of winning a 2,000 Rand PEP voucher to stock up on all baby essentials with Cuddlesim. To enter, head on over to our Afternoon Express Facebook, Instagram and X pages and show us your latest PEP Cuddlesim finds. Don't forget to include hashtag Cuddlesim exclusive to PEP. Competition closes midday on Sunday the 16th of November, and T's and C's apply and can be found at afternoonexpress.co.za. Our next guest is known for her creative approach to music, fashion, and everything else she touches. The beautiful and soulful Zoe Motika is in the house today, sharing everything behind what makes her artistry stand out from the rest. Hello, Zoe!
Hello, hi everybody at home.
I love the drama of opening your hands as
Darling,
well.
we just have to give them splendor, give them a show.
You know what it's giving?
What
It's
is it giving?
I have a feature on GQ.
Ooh.
Tell me about that collaboration and how it was working with the GQ team.
Let me tell you, and I don't want to sound too biased, but this was one of my favorite sets because everyone on there was ready to work and create. It was such a beautiful, vibrant, loving, fun space. And we just played around on set, and it was for the GQ South Africa Success issue.
Oh, naturally.
So I was like, well then, guys.
Yes, thank you.
We're grateful to the gods that I'm recognized as a person who's successful in my work, you know, because I love to give 110%. I respect my audience. I think my vocation of music really is to speak to people's souls. So when that is recognized as successful, it's such a beautiful thing to me. And of course, the fashion, the storytelling, you know, celebrating our identity as people, our culture, our language. So I feel like they just recognize that, and I'm really proud of the moment.
You actually have a docu-series based off of your album Nomthandazo. Tell us about that amazing project.
We are 3 albums in.
Right?
There's been a beautiful journey. I mean, we started with my debut album, Yellow the Novel, which is my favorite color, you know, so I just wanted to be bright, bold, beautiful. With the second album, it was about our culture, it was about our history, our identity, our lineage, with Inganegwane in 2020 in the thick of lockdown. And with this album, 2024 just brought me closer to myself, and I wanted to share an album that is self-titled, but that pulls to the fact that I know I'm a part of something bigger. So Nomthandazo was actually my ID name, but it's also a name that I inherited from my grandmother, Umakumalo, who was also Nomthandazo. So this album was about celebrating womanhood. It was about celebrating our stories, our spirituality as well.
Yes.
You know, because Nomthandazo means mother of prayer.
Absolutely.
And Ugogo was a very prayerful woman. She was a teacher. She served the community well. She was also an artist. So I just really wanted to share a bit more about what it had taken to pull the album together. And this is what the documentary, the short film is going to be about. So I'm excited to share it and to just say thank you to the music lovers, because without them, I wouldn't have this platform to be able to then hopefully give back to their lives in a meaningful way.
Yes. Zoe, one of the most beautiful things about your career is that it's not just focused on the music, but we look up to you for fashion, for style. Tell me about that world of beauty and fashion and how it personifies Zoe.
For me, it really is just an extension of telling stories, you know. The way in which we show up in the world is always such a beautiful way to tell stories. It's the first thing you see. And I love to collaborate with local designers. There's just so much incredible talent, and I'm happy to, you know, in some ways be able to share with their gifts in what it is that I do.
So who is Zoe outside of the music? What are some of your hobbies when you're having some downtime?
I love to go to the gym. I feel like the gym is a place that reminds me that I can do difficult things, and it's a space that's become such a safe haven for me, so I really enjoy it. Outside of course, the aesthetic benefits, I love to read. Ben Okri, I'm obsessed with you, okay?
Hit me up.
Yeah, hit me up. Let's do, like, write some words and let me sing to them. So yeah, I love to read, I love to go to the gym. I love to be around nature, you know, hiking, I love the ocean as well.
Now I'm going to ask you a bit of a tricky one. I know it's difficult for anyone in the music space. But if you had to pick a top 5 of the best all-time albums. This is tricky because I can't even answer it.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
would they be?
So in no particular order, okay, my queen, I would like to put Erykah Badu's Mama's Gun in
Naturally.
there. There's a song called Clever. This is how I look without makeup. Hey. And with no bra, my knees sag down low.
Oh.
Hey. So that's the first one. Second one is Simpiwe Dana Zandisile.
Of course.
Oh my goodness, I inherited this love of Sis Dana from my mom, and there's a song on her album called Tribe. Come,
I wish I could
let's
sing.
make a tribe. If you think you can sing, you can.
I love you.
Maybe in time,
I will sing, girl.
we can make it right. Say less. So that's the second one.
Yes.
Third is Mambusi Mhlongo, who I have the honor and the privilege to research now. She's an incredible cultural icon who has impacted so many artists and who is the blueprint for what modern African Zulu contemporary music can look like.
Absolutely.
And there's her album Babemu, which means friends, and a song called Umfazi Ongaphesheya. Umfazi Ongaphesheya. Atupuphi nina.
Ayi.
Atupuphi sidwaba. Ayibo. Sidwaba yini na? Aya. Athi ngingila feceya. Ayibo.
look at the smile on your
Babulele
face.
nina. Yay. Babulele qaqa. So, and then there is Mamleta Mbulu, the last of my living big three. I can't believe she knows I exist. That is crazy to me. There's a song that I have a vision of performing for her called The Saddest Day. I will remember you. I will always cherish you. An incredible ballad. And then the last one
Number 5.
is Donny Hathaway, and he has an album called Extension of a Man. There's a song on there called Love, Love, Love. Why'd it take so long and don't tell me? Oh, baby. So that's my top 5.
Oh my gosh, see,
For now.
What I love about this is that I got a performance by myself. I got to experience it. Mom, I've made it. Private performance, private concert. My love, thank you so much. You have been exceptional today.
Thank you. It takes one to know one.
Stop it! Zoe Modiga is a true treasure and a future Mzansi legend whose look, presence and sound is a celebration of our Rainbow Nation's diverse essence and identity, and we cannot wait for everything coming her way in the new year.
Up next, Refilwe Modisele previews her new book, Zizi's World, through her vanilla eyes.
Make room for more staycations and poolside sips. Life's better with Pep Home.
Our next guest is a woman whose career is not just about entertainment, it's also about advocacy, power, and changing the narrative. She broke boundaries as Africa's first successful model with albinism, captivated audience on various TV shows, and now she's officially added author to her incredible list of achievements. Please welcome the one and only and gorgeous Refilwe Modisele. You look absolutely gorgeous, my love. How are you today?
I am blessed. Happy to be here. Absolutely ecstatic that I'm sitting here with you, gorgeous.
We are happy to have you too. Your energy is beautiful. You walk with so much grace. Let's get right into it.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you wear so many hats and you've been everywhere in the entertainment industry. Model, actor, presenting as well. And now you've added author.
Absolutely.
Let me ask the important question. What do you see as still being your first love?
I wouldn't actually say there's a first love because I believe that in each discipline, I'm a teacher and a healer. So each and everything basically plays its cards in terms of the bigger purpose of who I am. So I wouldn't say there's a first love, but more than anything, knowing that I'm fulfilling God's purpose.
Oh my word, what a beautiful way to see that. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. I feel like a better person just being around you today.
Oh, I love that.
Refilwe, one of the most amazing things about watching your career is, first of all, you jump into different spaces with such ease. You've built a beautiful global profile for yourself. How important is it to have that recognition internationally, not just locally?
It's not an easy journey to go on, and especially when you're breaking international boundaries. The rest of the world doesn't really respect Africans. It's only now in the latter that they've done that.
Yes.
So I literally had to fight through the credibility of doing something that was so real, as opposed to the digital era where people just instantly think they're stars.
Yeah.
So for us, we earned the true credibility of really sending ourselves out to the world, knowing that you truly earned your stripes properly. And it is important because there's so many lessons to be learned with a person like myself. I have albinism. It's prevalent mostly in Africa.
Yes.
And I mean, you do get it in Asia, you get it in India, but it's not really like recognized. And to tell a story of a person like myself, but also teach the twofold of how the world is such a big place and we come in so many different arrays. Let's respect each other. Let's learn each other's stories. And let's also just love the idea that your difference matters.
Yes.
What's important is what you bring to the table. So international recognition is important in just bringing the lesson, not in the accolades.
Hearing this side of you makes me understand Zizi's world so much more. Why did you decide now? Let me add author to that list.
Listen, is Zizi's World?
Yes.
First of all, Zizi's World Through Her Vanilla Eyes, a first book of its kind for children's education in South Africa, in Africa, in the world at large. Zizi's World is a book that's never existed, and I wanted to see representation of myself and kids like myself in a book.
Yes.
So Zizi's World is inspired by my own story. It's not entirely my story.
Yes.
There are bits of it which are fictional, you know, obviously to accommodate a child who hasn't had the Refilwe story, but
Of course.
it gives a broader picture of a child living with albinism. But more than anything, bring the forefront of the lessons that many other kids can learn from any other child with a difference. So it's not just albinism. It is any child with a difference. It's anybody that's been made to feel they don't belong, whether you've been told you're too short, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you do this, you do that, you do dark,
Too much.
you don't belong.
Yes.
Yes, so this book was important in just bringing those themes to the forefront and just the idea of knowing your unique self, your superpower. And I was given that opportunity to really come to the table and write this book, which is just also an offering from my maker.
I'm so happy you touched on the fact that it's a semi-autobiography. Which aspects of Zizi's life link with your story as Refilwe?
I think the aspects of Zizi's life are, first of all, her background, her upbringing. She is a child from Soweto.
Yes.
Born from a loving home of two incredible parents. So this was also an ode or an honor to both my parents. My dad is late. So this was just, you know, to honor his legacy and his name. Just a representation of two loving parents who were part of the reason why Zizi became the child that she is in terms of the love and the environment. The experience of Zizi in the community and the prejudice that she would face, but being oblivious to it until she's faced with it in a classroom. So I didn't really go through prejudice in a classroom. It was very silent, and as a child you're not very cognizant of these things until you reflect back. But I think of another child who would have been in Refilwe's shoes and had a different experience of how kids giggle and say things and say funny things, you know. I didn't really entirely get that. I got a bit of it, but it's just obviously marrying another child's experience with albinism and the fact of going to Paris. So Zizi goes from Soweto to Cape Town and then going to Paris because the class wins a competition to Paris because of Zizi's figure of Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela on a globe that they created as a class. And I was the 11-year-old that created a figure of Rolihlahla Mandela on a globe, the art piece that won, to really go to UNESCO Children's Summit.
Oh my word.
So there are
those splashes, those little splashes. And I thought that was the made-up part. That's the crazy part.
No, I really did go to Paris at age 11 because my class won an art competition that we did together. So we spent a week in Paris as kids at age 11, and my father just passed away. So it was a good treat for me at that age.
Yes, how beautiful. Now, let's talk about the title of the book itself. You chose the name Zizi. Why Zizi? And then explain Through Her Vanilla Eyes for me.
Zizi is my mother's clan name. So we are Mputi.
Yes.
Singama Zizi. Okay, so it's Mputi Jamakash Jatu Zizi Dlamini.
Oh.
Ama Zizi Amahl.
Yes.
So Zizi is an ode to my mother's side.
Yes.
And just to remember my grandparents as well, because they played such an instrumental part in my life, and I decided to call her Zizi instead of Refilwe. And through her vanilla eyes is the perspective of a person like myself. I, in nickname, am Vanilla Black.
Okay.
But when you think of vanilla itself, it is a black seed that is actually manufactured to be something that is white.
Absolutely.
So just the duality between the two. So seeing through my eyes, my vanilla eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, so giving the perspective of a person in my shoes.
That's so beautiful. I love how intentional everything seems to be around the book
Absolutely.
as well.
I would love schools all around South Africa to actually purchase this book, because I believe it will create a greater sense of maturity and self-awareness for children, and just gearing them up to be better human beings.
Oh, absolutely. We need more people thinking like this. How do we grow their minds and make them feel confident?
You got to start with the kids so that we have better adults. If we don't do it, who's going to do
Let's
it?
start with the kids, the children.
Absolutely. It's the children.
Thank you so much for joining us, my love.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, stop it! From the stage to the screen and now to the bookshelves, Refilwe's commitment to her craft and representation is truly palpable. Now, don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with Refilwe soon.
Next up, we visit the Absa L'Atelier Art and Lifestyle Fair, and Karishma shares perfect year-end gifts for our teachers. Art, culture and community come alive today at the cradle of humankind as Absa and Sinava presents the Absa L'Atelier Art and Lifestyle Fair. It is a celebration of African creativity where every brushstroke tells a story and every stall is a reflection of the spirit of innovation.
This is so stunning. Everyone is here. It's a family-oriented atelier for Absa. There are different artists are here. They're showcasing their artwork, and it's so beautiful to notice and be here and experience it with my whole heart.
So much good music, so much art. As a creative, I am so happy. I feel at home right now.
As a woman in tech, I don't actually get to experience such an art and crafty type of space. Wonderful environment, and absolutely lovely day to be out with Absa today.
An incredible day, but the highlights were still to come as they were about to find out which talented artists would be this year's winners.
Dr. Bayless, it's always such a pleasure to see you. There's always something magical happening around you. How are you feeling today?
I'm excited. I mean, it's been an emotional journey today. We've announced the winners for this year's awards. We've got our winners coming out of South Africa, Uganda, Ghana. It's just a celebration of African talent. But to the adjudicators, I must commend them, because it has not been an easy task. We've had a few thousand entries that came in from young artistic talent from across the continent, and their job was to celebrate the winners for this year's awards. It really was a lot of effort and time that they had to put into selecting our 4 deserving winners.
Trevor Aloka from Uganda is a self-taught artist whose work is a personal commentary on African society and culture.
This win really feels inspiring and really encouraging to continue with my practice, having been acknowledged on such a big platform like this. I believe this award is just going to open more doors for me, because this is such a really big platform. It's going to inspire me more to create. It's going to encourage me to continue doing stuff.
Nana Sapo from Ghana is a contemporary artist whose work explores identity, memories, and our connection to the world.
This is an amazing experience. It means so much to me. I've been looking forward to this for a couple of years now. I didn't think I would come out as one of the 12 finalists in the first place. So when I heard the message, it was an amazing. I was like, okay. And then when I got here, I saw fantastic artists that I was competing with. I made friends with these people, and I feel like everyone deserved a win. So me being a winner has been an amazing experience, and I'm really honored.
Our very own Yolo Mandiane is a fine arts graduate who combines traditional practices with environmental painting.
Being from a small town in the rural areas of the Eastern Cape, seeing that our stories are worth telling and they're valuable, and especially for Absa Atelier, such a prestigious award. I believe this award will really platform and progress the work that I do, the stories that I tell. It means so much to me that Absa clearly values the African stories by African artists, unique stories. So with the support of Absa, I feel like I'm unstoppable.
Now, the moment we have been waiting for, to announce the 2025 Absa Gerard Sekota Award winner.
This award was given to Ndlovukazi Ngilande from South Africa, an artist whose work celebrates women, honoring their beauty, strength, and spirituality.
This is the breakthrough I've been waiting for. This is the moment I've been praying for. So this means everything to me. It's the beginning of everything for me.
For the viewer at home watching at the moment that's dying to enter, how can they go about doing so?
On the 1st of April 2026, the competition opens. Go to Latelia.absa.africa and upload your entry. You'll have 2 months, and all you need is access to the internet and your smartphone, and you will be eligible to enter the 40th year of the Absa Latelia.
From bold artistic voices to local enterprises, the Absa Latelia Art and Lifestyle Fair reminds us that creativity is at the heart of progress. This was not just an event, it is a story about art told under the African sky. As the school year comes to an end, it's the perfect time to show appreciation to the incredible teachers who've inspired and guided us throughout the year. Today, we celebrate them with thoughtful and affordable gifting ideas from Pep Home.
As the academic year comes to an end, it's the perfect time to celebrate the teachers who have given so much to our children. Hi, I'm Karishma, and today my daughter Isla and I are putting together a thoughtful gift from Pep Home for her favorite teacher. It's just a small way to say thank you and show how much she is appreciated after a busy year. Pep Home has a wide variety of gifts perfect for the festive season and for spoiling those teachers who do so much every single day for our children. I am going to take you through some of my favorites, starting with this incredible Pepli. They have them in a variety of colors, and they also have these gorgeous travel mugs to go with them, and I think these are a great set. I love candles and home fragrances, and I think they make wonderful gifts. Scents are so personal, and they just invite warmth and memory into any home and any space. I love that Pep Home has such a wide variety of room diffusers and candles to choose from. A beautiful mug paired with some sweet cheese is also a simple, thoughtful gift. I also think it's a great idea to pair it with a little notebook, which is so sweet. And how cute are these? They're little Christmas crackers that come with 3 pens inside. All teachers deserve to indulge in some well-deserved self-care. Pep Home has a great range of self-care products to choose from. This set has to be one of my favorite finds. You get a beautiful ice roller, a microfiber headband, and 2 gel eye masks. It is such a beautiful and thoughtful gift. These bath salts are also really cute, and they have a wonderful range of bath bombs for the festive season. These toiletry bags are also great to pair with your self-care essentials. Isla, what do you think of all the gifts on this table?
I like all the colors.
They're really beautiful, hey?
Mm-hmm.
And which gifts do you think your teacher would like the most?
This mug and the notebook.
And why will she like this mug?
Because she likes to drink tea and coffee.
So this will be a perfect gift for her, hey?
Yes.
I think so too. Why is Teacher Sonia so special?
Because she takes good care of us.
Oh, and is she lots of fun? Does she tell nice stories?
Yes, and she even taught us how to paint a fish.
Oh, that's awesome. Isla, so you chose this?
Yes.
Okay, hold it. And you chose the notebook. Those are great choices. I also think we should add the self-care set for her. Do you think she will enjoy taking a bubble bath with these?
Yes.
She'd love that?
Yes.
And now we need to choose some gift wrapping. Pep Home has a wonderful variety of gift wrapping to impress before your gift is even open. From wrapping paper to beautiful boxes and gorgeous gift bags, you have everything you need for your gifting this festive season.
Anna, can we please use this big box?
Yes, we can. That's a good choice. I think we can use some of that wrapping paper as a lining for our box. Which one do you like better? Me too. I think Mama's gonna start by putting this inside here. Let's see how we can make this work.
What is this?
This is a body scrub and some bath oil. Wow, Ayla, that's a beautiful box. What do you think? Do you think Teacher Sonia is gonna love it?
Yes, I think. I can't wait to give it to her.
Okay, let's put the lid on. There we go. Cards are a perfect way to add a personal and thoughtful touch to any gift. A special gift for a special teacher. Pep Home has a wonderful selection to spoil everyone on your list, from candles to cozy home scents and self-care essentials. They really do have everything you need to spread the joy this festive season.
Then how can I go play?
Up next, Lusanda, Zoe and Refilwe chat about how they have achieved success and fulfillment.
Make room for more surprise and delight. Life's better with Pep Home.
Now we are back with all our incredible girl bosses and we're ready to dive right into some deep conversation. But before we get into that, ladies, welcome to my table. Let's dish up first. I am surrounded by absolutely incredible women. You're all successful in your own regard. But for the woman who feels like they're in a position right now where they are afraid to own their space, what can you say to that person to step out of that and really let that light shine on them? Let's start with you, Lusanda.
I think to answer that, I can refer to my life mantra, which also happens to be my clothing line. I called it that because I want to remember it every single minute of the day. It's Zazi, Zithande, Zitembe. We tend to look at the world to give us things or to see us in a certain way.
Yeah.
But definitely everything that you're ever going to need to navigate the world is already within you. So if you take it from within, know who you are, know where you come from, know the sacrifices that have had to be made for you to be where you are. Never forget any of that, because it ensures that moving forward, you never become too big-headed, never become too arrogant, because you know what has had to happen to bring you here.
Yeah.
And once you know who you are, you need to then look at yourself and love what you see. And when I talk about loving yourself, I'm talking about loving yourself enough to allow yourself to go to spaces only where your soul allows you to go. And even in our acting careers, your music careers, go only as far as your soul will take you. You go beyond that, you've sold yourself. Love yourself enough to surround yourself with people who see you and believe in you, and don't look at your background for how far you can go. And lastly, Uzitembe is to say that understanding how unique you are, and it's that uniqueness that will bring you to the top. And understanding that you are brought into this world not to fit in, but to stand out. If you understand that, you'll be good.
Oh, did I not just say she's been dropping all day? Not my heart feeling so happy. Zoe, let's move on to you.
I would say for me, there's two things. Our eternal Miss Universe said take up space.
Yes.
And she's probably so tired of me quoting. it's like a quote I live by. Take up space.
No, but we love her.
She's probably like, oh, no,
we love her.
Not this, Zoe.
She's a queen.
And then also there's a song that I wrote called Isekazini, which means that everything that we need is already inside of us. It's in our DNA. Very much to what you were speaking about.
Yes.
You know, because it's in our bloodline, and if not our bloodline, it's within our chosen families and our experiences. All that we need to be, and it's just us rising up to the occasion of ourselves, because we are the occasion. We are the thing that has arrived. We are the thing that is there to be received So it's just us rising up to that and believing really that we can.
Oh my word.
So yeah.
We feel we're passing the same thing on to you.
Look, they've dropped the bars, the gems, but I think ultimately for me it's understand your godly purpose. Without a purpose, you have no direction, right?
So true.
Purpose is the very thing that helps you identify why it is that you're on this earth and what role that you play. As soon as you get to that part, it makes more sense to follow your journey and what God has given you to do versus what the rest of the world wants to dictate to you what to do. So learn to identify just that. And guys, God is the beginning and end. I don't care who says anything, because at the end of the day, when you leave this earth, there's a conversation that you need to have with that maker upstairs with what you did on this earth.
Yeah.
So just remind yourself of that, and that will continuously guide you to where you need to be. And you're listening from a different ear, not from a human perspective, but from a divine perspective, because you are led by something far more than just yourself.
And I know that we have viewers who are watching this and who just want to hear from you directly. So I'm going to give you each an opportunity to speak to those viewers about never giving up.
What I would say genuinely to the next person is always remind yourself of what put you on this earth and where it is you'd like to see yourself go. And that will guide you to the never giving up factor, and just knowing that you're not doing this for other people, you're doing this for yourself. And pray, man, pray, no matter, no matter how bad it gets, there's nothing that defeats prayer. My mother always used to say, Mntanam, the world is a battle on its own. The biggest weapon you can ever have is that you pray.
I think it's important to first just mind the company that you keep. The people around you have to make you want to be better. That's the first thing. Choose your company. Secondly, remember that life is a numbers game. You can't make 100 calls and not get a response. But what sometimes go wrong is that we make one call and say it's
over.
It's not. No. Make call number 2 and call number 3. By the time we get to 16, you'll see that 2 people are starting to ask questions. But what did you say you want again? And before you know it, by the time you get to 25, you will have at least one result. Don't stop until you beat the odds.
How wholesome. Zoe, my love.
Always look for the things that call a lot more out of you, because that's where beautiful things come from. Allow yourself to be challenged, because you're engineered to be challenged. You're engineered to grow, to learn, to make mistakes.
Yes.
You're human, okay? And just know that you're not giving up is such an important part of the human ecosystem, and that we need that. We need the stories that come from that. And I'm excited to see what your story can bring to the table.
Oh, thank you so much for today, ladies. I feel like I've grown so much, which is the most important thing. Like you said, be careful of who you surround yourself with. And I am lucky enough to have the 3 of you today, having watered my seed a little bit more. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you, my queen.
Oh, great! Yes! Can we do this again? Can we do this again?
We're doing it. And thank you so much at home for joining us as well. And remember, you can catch us every Tuesday evening at 6 on S3, with repeats on Sunday mornings at 8:30. But for now, Mzansi, good night. See you next time.
Cheers! Another feel-good production.